What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Saturday morning's Anfield Agenda news roundup. And yes, I did say Saturday morning, but I'm somewhat cheating. I'm recording this in the early hours of Saturday morning, so yeah, you will forgive me. But we have news that we didn't get to cover today because it was from the embargoed section of the press conference, so it only came out as we were finishing up last night's stream. I'm going to go through and give you some more words from Arne Slot, speaking about everything from Virgil van Dijk to Arsene Wenger commenting about Florian Wirtz and lots more in between. We'll even have some talk of some contract extensions. So as always, I want to know your thoughts, ladies and gents. Do let me know in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, don't forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. I'll be back here tonight at about 8:30 for the late night agenda, and there'll be an afternoon news video as well. But until then, let's fill you in with the bits we missed from the embargoed section of the presser. So Arne Slot has responded to Arsene Wenger saying Florian Wirtz destroyed Liverpool's midfield. Now, if you don't know what I'm speaking about here, during his punditry work with beIN Sports, Arsene Wenger basically said that they promised to Florian Wirtz that he'd come in to be the number 10 in Liverpool, and that's destroyed Liverpool's midfield. We also promised, he said, not to play him out on the left, so let's see what the managers had to say about that. He said with Florian, he needs time to adapt to his teammates. Teammates need time to adapt to him. Now he's played off the left, but I can tell you it is not this season, it is the other season, or if it is now or if it is tomorrow, he will have great performances as a midfielder for Liverpool as well. Everybody has a right to his own opinion. That's the nice thing about football, that everybody has his opinion about it. If I need open heart surgery, I'm not going to tell the surgeon what he needs to do. But about football, everybody is telling you what the best thing to do is. I think we have 5 or 6 very good midfielders who can all play together, but they need to play more together to get the best out of every single player. Now, I'd love to hear if he could pour cold water on Arsene Wenger's assurance that Liverpool told Wirtz he'd only be playing in the 10 and wouldn't be playing in the wide left position that he didn't really go into. But, like he said, everybody is entitled to an opinion, but Arsene Wenger, I think he's wrong on this one. Florian Wirtz will play wherever he and the manager needs him to. Right, so on rotating heavily this season, this is what Arne had to say. Ryan Gravenberch missed the first 2 games of the season. McAllister was out the whole of pre-season. Conor Bradley wasn't able to play, and Jeremy Frimpong wasn't able to play many games. Alexander Isak came in and had to do pre-season inside the season. You could say, why do you play him? But he wouldn't be fit until the end of the season. But then he wouldn't be fit until the end of the season, excuse me. We knew this before we signed him, that it was going to take 3 to 6 months until he's up to his usual level. But if I never play him, I can't bring him to that level. There have been obvious reasons why we've had to change more than I would like. Again, I can't really argue with anything that the manager said there. Every point that he made is valid. We would have all had our own time frame in our minds of when we would have expected Isak to start to get up to speed. I did say I didn't think it would be till after the October international break. I said this all the way back in the summer, but throw in the groin injury and you could probably extend that a little bit longer. Look, I've got no doubt we will find a way for Isak to fit into the team, that we will find a way to get him into the positions where he's going to score goals for us. I've no doubt about that, but it may take a little bit of time. Also, Arne Slot said, you know what I want to say now? I want to talk about the last game when I saw a dive from Vinicius Jr., which 100% should have been a second yellow, which I never hear as well about how many referee decisions have gone against us in the last 6 or 7 weeks. But now I've said that. Yes, Arne, yes. I say this all the time, but of course we as Liverpool fans get shot down and thought, you know, oh, it's always against you lot, isn't it? No, there have been blatant decisions, and I said it during the game. Vinicius Jr. was absolutely in the rounds of a second yellow card there for his antics, so I'm actually glad that the manager came out and addressed that, because I think he should, because I don't think he's wrong. And refereeing, in my opinion, right across the board has not been up to scratch again this season. Not saying that's why we're in the position that we're in. No, our poor performances got us the results that we did, but got to call out the refereeing stuff when I see it, and I agree with the manager on this one. Right, so Fabrizio Romano has given us a little bit of hope as to a potential contract extension. He said Liverpool are working on a new deal for Ryan Gravenberch. It's in the early stages with some conversations. Contacts have advanced in the past few days. So let's hope that gets done. But not just that, we can throw another name into the mix. And this isn't breaking news. We've discussed this on the stream over the last week. But also, Liverpool are progressing in contract talks with Dominic Szoboszlai over a new contract. Romano does say it's not at the final stages of negotiation. There is still work to do, no agreements yet. I think we'll all be very, very happy if we can get Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai tied down to new deals. They've both been a pivotal part of our midfield. And again, they're both coming into the younger part of their prime right now. So absolutely good news if that comes to fruition. Arne Slot has been speaking about our captain Virgil van Dijk, and this is quite an interesting bit. So I'm going to read it out to you in its entirety. He said, I've picked captains at my former clubs where the age of the players were much younger. Maybe not completely because they're already the leader of the team, but I'm hoping that could help them to become a leader of the team. But with Virgil, it's so clear that he's the leader of this team. When you walk through the AXA training centre and we start the training sessions, you can hear, you can feel he's our leader. He's already been so important for this club for so many years, but I don't think I've had many captains that were so vocal, so loud as he is. He's been a very good captain for me since he became the captain of this club. He sets the bar at 10 out of 10, and when he has a 9 out of 10 performance, he sometimes gets criticised as well. I think other players will get compliments for 9 out of 10, but he gets criticised for that. He had a similar form last season where there were one or two moments where he could have done better defensively and got criticised straight away. Maybe he should see it as a compliment because that's where he sets the bar that high. Again, he's not wrong. You know, we do hold, and I say this all the time, we hold Virgil van Dijk, we hold Mohamed Salah to a different level because they're the ones that sets the performance standards at Liverpool Football Club. They are unicorns to some extent. So again, totally understand where the manager's coming from. And that is why I, particularly when I'm doing player ratings and stuff, do have a different standard for Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, because we know what they're capable of. Also, Arne said this. It's clear we didn't have the run of form that was expected of us or that we expected of ourselves. It's always a bit harder. That's why I was so happy that we had a few home games in that run of form. There was only one home game, and that was United, and that was till today. I found we lost that game mainly because we were unlucky. Not everybody agrees on that, but that's my take. I would probably disagree with him on that being unlucky. As I said, I was at that game, and it certainly felt like we were a little bit flat, and we left it a bit late. I will be honest and say when we got the game back to 1-1, I did think if there was going to be one team that was going to go on to win it, it would have been Liverpool. But, you know, I was wrong on that, as I've been wrong many times. So that is pretty much where we're at for now, ladies and gents. But a reminder, as I said, I will be back here tonight at 8:30, so a little bit earlier for the late night agenda. There'll be another news video coming out at about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And then tomorrow, the big one, Manchester City. We're travelling to the Etihad. It is a 3:15 kickoff, or excuse me, 3:15 for our coverage, a 4:30 kickoff. We'll be here, match reaction, player ratings video, and a late night agenda on Sunday night. The international break might be coming up, but it's not going to stop us making content. I'll be here with you right through the break. And then after that, no international break until March. So, fingers crossed for a win on Sunday. Do let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments, and I hope to see you tonight. Much love. Bye-bye.